the Parthenon Prize for Fiction, Scott Muskin.
It is a thrill and an honor to be here, and I wish I could just say ditto to all of the extremely eloquent things that were just said before me. It's kind of a little awe-inspiring, and also to look out and see so many people who I know, because I've talked to you, are incredibly talented, engaged, artistic, and lovely people. My wife and I are thrilled to be here. We're thrilled. We've never been to Nashville. The hospitality, the pride, the genuine warmth, and just a sort of artistic sensibility that's here is just wonderful. And we are thrilled. There is going to be a lot of repetition because I need to say thank you to the Parthenon Prize. I need to say thank you to Kelly. When she said that she can't read 350 manuscripts, I thought, well, that seems to be the only thing. She's obviously a great organizer, obviously has a keen, I look forward to reading her poetry, obviously has a keen creative sensibility, has a lovely home, is a wonderful hostess. I need to thank Ross and Rosario for having us at their place. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're staying at their place, and it's absolutely beautiful, so thank you. To John Spence, I couldn't, when you talked about the humanity of the process, as a writer, I just melted because I've been on the other side. I've gotten the letters that say sorry, you know, and to know that there are people out there who you should see this library of his the manuscripts from the prize. They're stacked and they're neatly organized, and they're almost like, it's almost like art. They're there, and you can just feel the creativity. And you weren't lying when you said that it is people's lives, it's people's dreams that are in those books. And it certainly is mine, and I'm fortunate enough to get to be here. But there are people who are writing and doing amazing things, and like you said about the publishing world, it doesn't always work out for them. So it's tremendous, and to know there's a prize like this out here is just, it's mind-boggling what it means to the average writer, in which I include myself. The readers, I just met another reader too, and forgive me, I can't remember the last one I read. It's astonishing to me that you can get 50 people to do anything, let alone volunteer to read, that for all they know could be, you know, ridiculously avant-garde literature. You know, it's just a wonderful, and it's a testament to. And I think I told her, I said, you must be a nuclear physicist, because everybody else I've met all the other readers I've met so far have been incredible people. And to know that that's the process that vetted these manuscripts, and that my manuscript came out of that is just incredible. I just want to say thank you to all of them. And I've been on that side. I've been a reader and I know what kind of investment, I know what kind of work that is. So I wanted to say thank you. Thank you very, very much, and also thank you for the people who aren't here to say thank you, all those manuscripts that are sitting in John's office, because I know the care and the commitment with which you brought to all that reading. Thanks to Joe at Gallery 1, it's a beautiful space, and Bill, we love your work, and hopefully people will get to talk to him too, because it's wonderful, wonderful work. We love Nashville. Y'all are gonna have to kick us out. There's something. It's hard to describe the roots that are being put down right now from a prize like this. It is something that has a way of cementing a prize of this caliber and of this commitment, and you know, it's up here in my mind. And it brings together a community artistically, the literary community, but also the arts community. It just it brings people together, and what else could we possibly ask for from our communal artistic life? So it's fantastic, and from the bottom of my heart I say thank you very much to everyone. Yeah. So I'm supposed to read a little bit, but God, y'all been standing, your backs must be aching. And the Gypsy Hombres are pretty darn good. So I think what I'll do is just read a couple of pages to kick you off, hopefully, and get you interested in the novel, or let you know, well, I don't need to read that. I've heard the first couple pages, and that's fine. I'll just read from the very beginning, which, you know, after the editing process, and who knows if it'll be the beginning or not, but and that's, you know, that's what happens, you know. I'm reading also from the actual copy that Kelly had in her home, because I didn't have enough foresight to print one out for myself. That was too cheap.
So the title, I forgot.
Well, the title was meant to communicate. I'm terrible at titles. The title, as it is right now, is Hank. The Enunciations of Hank Meyerson, Mama's Boy and Scholar. So it's okay to laugh because it's supposed to be sort of funny. I'm playing with other titles, and I hope that it communicates that this is about a guy who doesn't take himself too seriously and is phenomenally flawed in lots of ways, but has a heart which is seeking to find something to connect with. So I'll read from part 1, which is called A Very Beautiful Something, and I'll read from chapter 1, and I promise I won't read very long, because nothing's more tiresome than a writer that doesn't stop reading. Chapter 1. In the spring of that eventful year, I took up hammer and crowbar and tore apart the sole bathroom in the bungalow I owned with my wife, Carol Ann. I ripped and scraped and pried out everything except the toilet down to the studs. Pickled pine paneling, speckled 4-inch shower tiles, rusted recessed lighting, tinny cavity of medicine cabinet, petrified linoleum glued over an infuriatingly thick plywood floor. This was new work for me. I was a freelance proofreader at the time and hardly versed in demo, let alone the plumbing, tiling, and drywalling to come. Bemused and stained, unkempt and scowling, I had let my diet go and gained 30 pounds, and my hands were as slick and pale as a spring issue of American literature, which I received at home on a student rent. A tool belt did not become me. But I liked it. The dust and wholesome aroma of age-dried lumber, the clattering tile and snapping lath, the bullying it took to move the cast-iron tub into its indefinite internment in the backyard, it all left me with a pure, voided, swept-clean space that was as foreign and marvelous to me as the ham salad sandwiches that Carol Ann made for me as my reward. I'd go in there and I'd sit cross-legged with my sandwich and a bottle of beer, impressed with myself and careful with my crumbs. I had no idea what I was doing, and by April the whole thing took on the shorthand term, the project. The project was noble. The project required a small truckload of tools. The project was good for my self-esteem, but the project might have to be scaled back some, since cutting a window into stucco was apparently kind of complicated. It involved, it's true, it involved diamond-tipped blades. And with all the tools and tile and drywall and new fixtures, I was afraid I would spend too much money on the project, but then again, the project would return 110% of the investment when it was finished. When the project would be finished was tough to say. It felt Herculean just getting the insulation stapled in under 2 mil plastic sheeting, not to mention the Minneapolis building code, which read like Borges. I have to say that Carol Ann's acquiescence was impressive. Without plumbing or a tub, we were forced to bathe in the basement, standing over the thoroughly bleached mainline sewer drain with a washcloth and stainless steel bowls of hot water. At the tail end of winter, which, given this is Minneapolis, Put yourself there as much as you can. Trust me. At the tail end of winter, both of us pale and traumatized and still reliant on the at-the-ready fleece blankets collecting dog hair. Well, disrobing in the basement wasn't exactly a pool party. But the previous owners had insulated well down there, and all in all, Carol Ann gritted it out. She never complained. She never called me an idiot. No, one thing about Carol Ann, at times of hardship, she knew how to show her mettle. Early in our marriage, she had worked in the nonprofit world, helping poor neighborhoods retain businesses and market themselves for development dollars, which required a certain brute optimism, not to mention courage, both of which served her well when, that previous January, she sat me down and told me she'd had an affair, a serious one, and wouldn't it be better if I went and stayed at my goddamn brother's place, since I was over there all the time anyway.